All right, so let's talk a little SummerSlam predictions. And remember, always you can check out the predictions on the website, and you can always go to the live coverage that I'm going to be doing at smarkoutmoment.com. And there's a little chat on the side, so if people want to chat during the pay-per-view and not just read what my opinions are, because I keep updating it, do that. And next week we'll go over the review for that, just the same as we just did with TNA on Smack Talk episode 43. What we're on. So let's get right into this. YouTube pre-show, United States Championship match. Santino defends the title against Antonio Cesaro. I both like and dislike this. I like the idea that they're doing a U.S. title match because it might get people to watch the pre-show more, but at the same time, as much as I like Santino, that kills the United States Championship in my mind. They need to have him drop the title, and I don't want Antonio Cesaro to be the one he drops the title to. That's not really like me necessarily not wanting Cesaro to have it. It's more so that I wanted Damian Sandow to be the one to get it. It makes
Uh,
so much sense in my mind for Sandow to do this whole enlightenment of entertainment kind of thing and defeat Santino, who's a predominantly entertainment kind of a guy, and boost himself up. The way I see it, it could have made a lot more sense in my mind for Sandow to be the one to defeat Santino, and then for Brodus Clay to be the first person to challenge him for the United States title. I don't see where Cesaro comes into this, but you don't know.
I agree. Santino has done absolutely nothing since winning that title. And Antonio Cesaro, while I really like him, they have not given him that journey to that title that's going to make it a significant payoff. And if he wins that title, it's not going to matter, and he's going to be just like Santino and probably do absolutely nothing with it. They've already been developing Damian Sandow significantly, and I'm glad you brought him up. I don't know if he's the first person that would have came to mind thinking about the U.S. title, but he is someone I'm really high on right now, and I would love to see a title on. I think he's someone that could try to bring a little prestige and meaning back to those titles, a lot like I think The Miz is finally doing with the Intercontinental title now.
Yeah. Intercontinental title, I think that between the last three people, Christian, Miz, and Cody Rhodes, other than the hiccup of Christian, who didn't really do too much with it, I think that they're actually getting it back to what it used to be. Slowly but
Absolutely.
surely.
Well, it was significant with Christian because Christian is a main eventer. So to put that belt on someone who is normally a main event level, and I guess you could say the Miz is too, but not quite. I mean, he had a great main event run, but he hasn't had that. He hasn't had that huge oomph there yet, and I think he's found that missing piece to his puzzle, and I think he's going to be there and have that oomph soon.
Well, when it comes to Sandow, he's supposed to be potentially having a match with Brodus Clay. They haven't announced it yet, so we can't really talk about it as being a part of the pay-per-view, but more than likely that'll end up happening, as well as a potential match between Cody Rhodes and Sin Cara. So a quick little thing there, I might as well throw it in with this because they're not doing it for the United States title match, which I really was hoping for. I'm not a huge fan of the Cody Rhodes Sin Cara potential match, but at least if they're going to do the Damian Sandow Brodus Clay match, it'll get the two of them on the card. I still would have preferred Sandow to be the one getting in the U.S. title match, and Cesaro could have been the one feuding with Brodus Clay. I don't care. But Cesaro's just not ready for it.
He's not. And to go to those other two matches, it's an absolute shame that Cody Rhodes is not used on Raw more often. I think he is on the same cusp of making it into the big spotlight, just like Dolph Ziggler is right now. And it's a shame that he's been relegated to just SmackDown.
And not even too much on SmackDown either. They're not giving him a focal point or anything. He's got no feuds really going right now, other than this little half-assed Sin Cara thing, and it's a shame.
Yes, but Sandow versus Clay, I am looking forward to that. I am big fans of both of their work right now, especially Sandow. Sandow, I think, is someone who is going to rise in the ranks very quickly.
Hopefully he does. He deserves it. And the next part, we're going to talk about the Intercontinental title. We touched upon it a little bit here, but we'll go more in depth on that, and then we'll move on, part 6 and all that kind of stuff, and go through the rest of the matches.